and welcome to the Alyssa Faden Maps Show. One day I want to actually do Alyssa Faden paints, Alyssa Faden plays a computer game, Alyssa Faden just sits here and chills. But today, it is Alyssa Faden Maps. And before we get into the mapping, a big shout out to everyone on the screen for being awesome Patreon supporters and incredible Twitch subscribers. Much love to you. Thank you. Every dime goes back into the channel. Software, hardware, just making things better all of the time. A little bit of a sprinkle of awesome, and you're making it possible. So thank you. This is the last time you're going to see this slide, by the way, because we got a whole bunch more subscribers and Patreon backers. So updating this tomorrow, you're going to start seeing way more names on there. Now, with that said, also a special thank out to Adrian Arduini, right up the top. He is actually the client for the map we are drawing tonight. And I think Wednesdays, Thursdays, we're going to be working on this map. He is also the client of the map you see in the background. That's Rikadon, and that's a Mediterranean-inspired map. Its sister is, where's my mouse? Here we go. Lukatoi. For the awakening of, I can't even begin to pronounce that, but the book is Mother All Monsters, or the project is Mother All Monsters. Go to ZagoraGames.com to find out more about them. You can actually subscribe to their email newsletter. So we're just gonna be working this tonight. My objective, gonna need 2 slides too, you're right. My objective is, let's draw this quadrant, right? Let's get that quadrant done. If we motor, don't get disturbed too much tonight, maybe we'll finish this entire quarter. I really, really, really want to work hard on this bit. So that's my objective. First and foremost though, special shout out to Wargaming Recon. Wear a hat for the next stream. I chose Tiara. So that one is now fulfilled. Also, Wargaming Recon, you asked for a random fact about Jack. So before we get into drawing, let's just answer that one, shall we? Jack, when he was younger, in his teenage years, was a boogie boarder. Jack almost drowned. Not just went under the waves, a little bit scared. No, Jack actually got caught up in a riptide, had his boogie board wrap the rope around his neck like a tether, and dragged him under. So it was throttling him and dragging him into this like little riptide sort of thing. Well, it's not a riptide, is it? It's one of those sort of swirls. And he was almost a goner. He was almost a goner. So there's a little random fact about Jack. And on that cheery note, let's start mapping. How is everyone tonight? It is Thursday, or as I like to call it, Friday Eve. It's a good day. Oops. And let's get going. What's everyone's plans for Friday and the weekend? I'm gonna work the day job tomorrow, but I never mind on a Friday. It's Friday, come on, it's a glorious day. I'll probably record some videos for Patreon and Twitch. I'm gonna do that tomorrow night, I think. Pex will probably be happy to hear that, although he's been sitting there going, yeah, I believe that when I say it. And then I'm probably going to play Watch Dogs, an unhealthy amount, until probably I've finished it, so I can get ready on the 10th for playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm a big computer gamer. World War Z. I own it. I own it and I've never played it. I think it was one of those things where it was either stupidly cheap or it was free on Epic. and Jack and I both bought it, but we've never played it. Like, it's got all of the right subject matter as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I love zombie sort of genre games. I can't get enough of them. AGL. And by the way, I saw you praying. I saw you there, lurking in the background. By way of lurking, I mean you announced yourself when you came into the chat. Another fun fact, by the way, about Jack and I on like this is a freebie. Redeem shadows. But just a fun fact about Jack and I: we actually have amazing tolerance for like graphics quality in games, lip syncing quality, yeah, just in general, you know. So I want frames per second. We can actually tolerate much lower than it seems like the rest of humanity can. So we can actually put up with, you know, a fairly standard game and like it quite a bit, because all of the things that everyone gets bent out of shape over, we don't. So like Watch Dogs has some people kind of, you know, panning it a little bit, not happy with it. Jack and I just sitting there loving it. But, you know, we go into these things not expecting every game in the world to be like the best thing since sliced bread, you know. I think it's better that way. You're more easily entertained, you know. Hey, Princess Trigger. Alright, Princess, hope you have a great weekend. Wearing your tiara. Have an awesome one. Princess Strega, we're redoing VIP stuff. I'll talk to you about it online. Hey, is Phantom Jen here? GL, actually love on that VIP status, because remember, you get it for one stream, my friend. One. And I'm not going to point out to folks that there is actually a command to steal people's VIP statuses up from them. I would not do that. While you're playing games, by the way, as a VIP, I'm not sure if this applies to watching. God, I used to know the VIP benefits, and maybe PEX will bring them out. But I think like you get more rewards, you get more reward for watching, so a better chance of winning. I don't know. It's got certain perks. And like the good channel host I am, I've forgotten all of them. Zach's there? I don't believe Zach's there. There's no way Zach's there. I believe you're there. He might speak through you. But is Zach anywhere? Is he truly? Has anyone seen Zach outside of Jennifer? I mean, I ask. Because I don't think anyone has. Let's just do a small little pond right there. Oh, a pond, a well. He's hanging out with Jack since you would be in Squadron. So Jack actually stopped playing Squadrons. He was like enjoying the game, but he's like not a huge flight person, you know. So I think it like other things caught his attention, like whoa, squirrel. Which is a little bit of a shame because it was a game where he actually said, you know, I could possibly see me playing multiplayer in a squad, and Jack never does multiplayer. So that in and of itself was like, ooh, Jack must be liking this. Is that all that VIP does? Post links in chat, even when links are disabled. Is that literally all that it does? I guess it's the brag rights, right? It's like saying that you've got a bloody NVIDIA 3090 over a 3080. It's like, it's more for the pissing contest. I mean, I suppose with the rewards people were getting yesterday, a lot of people should be able to buy themselves like a little VIP for like a few sessions at least. Sometimes I draw myself into a little bit of a corner, and I've done it right here. You see how I've got this weird kink? Because normally I would draw like a building here, but this angle requires that I'm drawing a building here. So I'm actually going to do both. This is what's going to straighten out this angle for me. And then here, I'll do some kind of like pool that people sit around. Create a little courtyard. And in here, we'll do a fairly large building. Right button up against that. And we'll do like an awning here. I like awnings. They're really cute when actually coloured in. Question, Magnificent Pex, there's a question. Alright, so we can do a question. I am going to space these things out. We'll do the berry one in a moment. So Pex, I'm just going to take the book that's on the top here. Let's do about my future. I need a question from you, young man. A question number between 1 and 3,000. Oops. Oh, there's my pen. 3,000. Of course you picked 3,000. Of course you did. Should make it easy to find, though, shouldn't it? Alright. And I'll cross this one off, Pex. As donages. How will electricity change the future? How will electricity change the future? Let me think about that one. Because electricity has changed the future. And it's really now how electricity is being applied and the technology that is taking it from here. Oops, not happy with that one. Yeah, it powers the internet box. It's also powering this bloody screen that I'm drawing on, right? I guess from that perspective, it's already changing things. How will electricity change the future? I do think that we're going to see more electric vehicles on the roads. And I do think that we're going to see automated vehicles in our respective lifetimes. I do think that that's real. I think the likes of Elon Musk and Google are pushing so hard for it that the future of driverless vehicles, basically big huge drones if you think about it, I think that's going to become very real. I think we're going to start seeing drones in our skies more common. And I think that is going to start to raise all sorts of reactions from folks. Like, funny enough, playing Watch Dogs Legion right now, you know, the skies are buzzing with drones continually. I could see that being something that we're dealing with for 5-10 years. Just drones all of the time, coming and going. Which then has me wondering, well, will people start worrying about their privacy? Will people be offended by noise? Will people be trying to take drones out of the sky? Will people be trying to steal these drones? So it's not really electricity related, but I think that's some of the things that we're going to start to see soon. Yeah, it's a Wargame Recon. I think that's going to become very common. And Jen says, yeah, the drones are there, and it's just going to get, I don't want to say worse. That has a negative connotation. I think it's going to become extremely common, where we just stop noticing them, you know? And I think it will have all sorts of complications too. Like in Watch Dogs, again, like you can hack these drones. And I think that will become something that becomes very real, is the security of the drones themselves. Of course, we've got drones for news feeds right now. We've got drones being used for surveillance purposes. I think the cops use drones. And it's just going to become more and more and more. Alright, well there's been, you know what, so Wargaming Recon actually asked for beans first, so I'm gonna do one bean, and I don't want to do a nasty one tonight. I'm just not in the mood. I've been eating rotten eggs like all freaking week, so how about we do the hot one? Let's do the hot one. Random hotness, 1 to 5. And so far, all of them have been bloody hot. So here we go. It's hot. But it's like jalapeno hot. So it's not... Oh, you see, it's the hiccups that come with it that I don't like. Because my body immediately goes, what the hell? But not too bad. Not too bad. I used to be able to do really, really spicy, right, with no ill effects, and I just can't do it anymore. I like the idea of doing one hot one on stream. I do like that. We could do the 50-50 after this one. It certainly, that one wasn't too bad. I mean, that, you know, if you have a proper jalapeno and like you bite into it and you go, oh, that's not too bad, but it just starts to light up the mouth, you know, and you just feel it all in. Yeah, that's what that was. I'm gonna guess that was a jalapeno. Alright, let's keep motoring. We're doing well so far. We're doing really nicely. Getting these little neighborhoods in. How do I want to do this? I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, the war game. You've been extremely generous. Thank you. No expectation for you to do that again for some time, if ever. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun. Oh, actually, Wargame, you've reminded me. I need to actually gift a sub to someone. I'm going to do this right now. If I can remember how. How do I gift a sub? Oh, I can't share my own channel. Can I gift a sub to someone now? Do I have to go into Twitch to do this? I should know how to do this, right? In my own channel. Click their name in chat, and when their user card pops up, you'll see gift a sub. No, I want to do a random one. Click their name. I want to. Oop, I've got me echo in the background. Hold on. Let's turn him off. Alright, so how do I gift a sub? I want it to be random. Wargaming Recon gifted a sub last night. Gifted quite a few subs, and he gave one to Claudius, which is the channel's bot. So I kind of want to now gift one back to you guys and girls. Pex, maybe you could do it, and I'll pay you back. I don't, because I wanted Wargaming Recon to be here when I was doing it. So basically, he knew that I did it. And then maybe you could tell us how it's done, so we all know. Yeah, Claudius is an arsehole. Yeah, the problem is, Brian, because I'm using Streamlabs OBS, it's not really Twitch. I'm not in Twitch, you know? I'm not looking at the interface. And because it's my channel, I think there's certain... Oh, I can gift a sub. Hold on, Pex, I can do this. Can I do this? Yeah, Pex, I can do it. Brian McWhirter just told me how to do it. There you go, Scott KMFDM got a sub. That one comes from Wargaming Recon. Yeah, it's right next to the follow button. Okay, and it's just like gift a sub. KDFKM8419 MDF. Congratulations. Alright, here's an interesting quandary. Sometimes when I'm drawing things like this, and I have like this road going up here like so. In fact, let's actually draw this on the trace level. So I've got a road here, which means that there should be another set of buildings opposite to create the road. We've got this funny intersection right there. And I don't want the building to have a point on it, so what do we do with that? Well, little fences go a long way, and then maybe put a little tree there, and then let's build a fence going over here. And I've got my edge of my road, no problem at all. Wargaming, I think we might get hype trains going once a week. I don't think we can get people doing hype trains every day. And I don't want to sit here and say, give me money to get a hype train going. I'm not even sure, honestly, people know what a hype train is. I had to ask Jack after the stream last night. I was like, what is this hype train? So we're going to have to educate some folks. Okay, so here's another good example. This is beginning to collide. It's getting too close to the buildings opposite. So I am actually going to do this. I'll tell you what we'll have to do though as well. It's like I've got a few things to give away. I have a copy of Island of Ignorance, and I did maps in it, and I'm going to sign that and I'm going to give it away. And I think it could be a kind of a cool idea, like if we can get a hype train going up to level 5 or whatever, then we do a raffle or something like that. But these are things that we could all sort of talk about for adding to the channel. Island of Ignorance was one of the first maps that I ever did for Golden Goblin Press. It's a Call of Cthulhu scenario. And somehow I ended up with 2 copies of it. I think they honestly sent me 2 copies. And to be honest with you, I'm actually really grateful for it. It is really surprising that 90% of the time I don't get copies and I'm not offered copies of the final published works that my maps are in. It's like, it's one of those things. Most of the time, I don't even know how my maps are used. Or when. I've even had clients come back to me years later. And it's more common than you'd think. Years later. Saying, hey, we're just getting around to using this map. Do you happen to have it in a PSD? It happens a lot. And most of the time, I don't know like the project name that my map is used in, and I don't get a copy. It's actually, I want to say 1 in 5 I get a copy of the final published works. So, you know, honestly, a big props to the Golden Goblin folks, because they were like, here, here's your 2 copies. I was like, oh, thanks. So I've got a spare copy. Oh, yes, so you're going to have to keep reminding me about that one. So, I believe I have a spare copy of the TSR Magazine #1 RPG Cosmology. One of the funnest maps I ever worked on. I think I have 2 copies of that. But you're going to have to remind me. Like, remind me tomorrow, okay, on Discord while we're chatting. And assuming I'm not in some kind of crazy thing for the day job, I will actually get up, go over to my cabinet, and look through. Because I don't think I put it in storage. I think I still have it on the shelf over there somewhere. But I'm going to have to look. That was a good example, though. That was a great example. I did that map, like 2012 or something like that. Maybe 2014. Never got a copy of it. Didn't even get a copy of it. And it was years later, like literally like earlier this year or late last year, that I happened to mention it on Facebook. And someone was like, I got a copy or 2, I'll send you. That was the first time I actually got a copy of my own work. Yeah, I haven't saved recently, so let's do that. I actually, honestly, really like seeing my maps in books, and not from a big-headed perspective. I actually like seeing how it came out. And I'll give you a good example. So, Teagle Manor. Yes, I saw the canvas print, and it's great and everything, and I own a copy. But the first time I saw my map and how Frog Gods actually applied it into the book, and it was a work of art. It was beautiful. The was each page with a little segment of the map, and they had this, like, I'm not sure if it was a fold out, but they had this entire map there, at least a 2-page spread as well. But they had all of these, and it was so colourful, it was so beautiful. I loved it. I just fell in love with it. I get the same joy that any of you would get, like, flicking through a book like that. So it's like all of the projects where I don't get to see how it was used, they make me sad. And there's a lot of them. Brian, have you seen that Teagle book? It really is honestly a work of art. And funny enough, I was actually I was browsing around like last week, and I don't know why I don't know if I was searching for Frog God or I was searching for Teagle. I was searching for something, and I found this discussion group talking about Teagle, and this dude was talking about, oh, the map's a load of shite, and there's doors missing all over the place. So it was a joy to go into that particular thread and explain that he's looking at the player version with secret doors and there's actually solid walls because that's what players should be seeing, but the DM's version is a little bit different. I was very polite about it. I included pictures. Yeah, so we're going to use that surfboard in something else, Brian. It was one of those things where I got edits back. You know, obviously, here's the final version of the map. Here's, like, everything. I think it might have had your labels in there at that point. So it was, like, final proofing. And I don't know who did the final proofing. But they didn't circle the skee ball graveyard. But whoever did it did circle the surfboard that was tucked up in the corner of one room. And it was a room that didn't have a description, it's just an empty room. And they just circled it, like, what the fuck? I put a question mark next to it. I was like, alright. They don't like Brian's surfboard, alright, we'll have to take that out. But we'll sneak it into something else. I'll keep sneaking it into maps, don't tell Zach until it gets through. Oh, did he? Did he mention it on one of the Frog God streams? See, I liked it. And I thought it was pretty unobtrusive. There was so many Easter eggs in that thing. I mean, come on. But we'll sneak it in, my friend. We'll sneak it in. Maybe we'll even get it into Necropolis. Get it in one of the treasure rooms. Whole bunch of gold and shit in front of it. Surfboard. Oh, and one of you wanted to do a raid last night, but you gave me the wrong channel name. So happy at the end of tonight to go raid that same channel again. But we've got to get the right name. For me, it actually taught me I need to pop open Twitch and verify the name that I'm being given is correct. Brian, there are some nice pieces from yours in there, though. And all of your lovely labels. I was literally looking at Teagle earlier this week. Maybe Saturday. Last Saturday I was looking at Teagle. So I drew Teagle on my older machine. It had a reasonable amount of horsepower, but it was an older machine. And when I actually, Brian McWhirter actually did all of the labeling on it, just to make things fast. He did the GM layer, so to speak, with the special symbols, and then it goes on top. When I imported Brian's labels into my map, my machine nearly exploded. It had a heart attack. It literally had a robotic heart attack. It was not a happy camper. So now I've got a new machine. So part of me was like, I'm just gonna pop open T-Roll again. And yeah, my computer handled it just fine and dandy, thanks very much. No problems. So I guess a little extra horsepower goes a long way. Which is good, because one of the reasons why I bought the new machine was actually to handle Frog God's Necropolis, which is threatening to be, horsepower-wise, a lot bigger than Teagle. I'm putting more detail at a higher DPI and a higher size. I'm literally drawing it 70 inches across. And my old computer was not hacking that. Brian, I don't know how you managed it, my friend. I'm like, it was like just a text layer, okay. Just my Teagle map, okay. Put the two of them together, my computer literally went. I honestly thought I was going to lose the whole thing. It was looking so bad. Interesting times. But a good partnership. I appreciate you actually doing that. It's one of those things that time was ruling and you knocked that shit out real fast. I did a very nice job of it too. Like from a GM's perspective, there's no mistaking anything going on with the GM layer. You just got it all nailed in. Well, who did that? Who was eating that one? I missed the name. Alright, I'm going to do another bean. Green Loontoon, you requested that I do a bean. So we're going to do one of the 50-50s. In this box, there could be cat puke, or there could be elderberry. There could be sweaty socks, or there could be blueberry pie. Which one will it be? I think I've eaten like 9 of these and 7 have been bad. Let's just say it hasn't been 50-50. So let's give it another go. I just ate another bloody spicy one. I got the wrong box. I'm like, okay, so what's going on with this bean? Wow, this bean's kind of hot. Wait a minute. That has to be real mild though, because the hiccups haven't started. Hello. Yeah, I know. We need to order one on Amazon. Yeah. With all of the beans in it. Absolutely. I see how it is, wargaming. Laughing at my misfortune. I'm just glad that it was one of the more milder ones. Like the choices are sriracha, jalapeno, cayenne. I bet the one I had before was cayenne. I think what I just did was jalapeno. Then habanero. I think I've had a habanero a couple of times. And the Carolina Reaper. I don't think I've had a Carolina Reaper yet. I think that was a jalapeno. My tongue is tingling, but it didn't cause me to start hiccuping or anything. So, yeah, there we go. 2 in one night. Woo! Okay, we're back. Oh, my little tongue. All over it. Okay, I'm gonna finish. You know, sometimes the white space makes the map as much as the black and white. So I'm gonna draw a tree there. I'm gonna do a pond here. I keep saying pond. It's not a pond. So a little bit of a water source. I'm going to be, like, I'm sniffing. I've got to the sniffing phase of having something spicy. There we go. Sometimes it's all about the details. Let's hit save. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to, see in the background, there's actually a little bit of a trace layer. You can barely see it back here on these roads, but I think I can enough. I like to delete the trace layer as I go. You can see it right there. But I don't think it's interfering visually with what we're doing here. You know, what I said is I want to work on this corner. Let's stick with this corner. Let's go outside the walls a little bit. Let's draw some buildings. And I'm thinking there should be some ponds. I've got ponds on the fucking brain. There should be some farms. Normally I do farms pretty close in, but ancient Athens was actually pretty rocky. It had a lot of hills and shit around. Now I think that might be fine for goat herding and shit like that, so we're going to do a little bit of that. And over here we've got some streams. I think this might be fairly fertile. We might do like some farms in here. And maybe kind of in this area. But I'm not going to do up against the walls. This feels like a place where maybe the farms are a little bit further away, you know? You see it like, for instance, like even The Godfather, right? You've got the main sort of town or city or whatever, and it's really as you're coming out, right? You go down the Appian Way, and then your farms and things start to set up. So I'm going to start pushing them back. Probably not going to put one there, for example, but we might put a house there and make him a little goat herder. Like, imply that we're getting a little bit rural, a little bit further out. That's kind of what I'm going for. Apple orchards, I love that. Olives and apple orchards. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Yes, actually, I like that quite a bit. Yeah, I do like that. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I love that idea. Let's stick with orchard-like things. I love that idea. Something like this, a little bit of a surrounding, but then we've got the road that Maximus ran up to try and stop his son from getting run over by horses, and he failed because he's a bad father. A little bit of a gladiator reference there. Alright, and then we'll just give this some trees and shrubs around here. A little smiley face. We're gonna keep it. Hello, wiggle fella. Wiggle fella next to the orchard. Alright, so I'm feeling like some kind of little orchard here. We're doing it.
We want a shrubbery! A what?
Who redeemed the shrubbery? I'm not seeing these pop up in chat, by the way. I hear them, but I don't see who redeemed that. Well, actually, I can. I have the powers. I have the powers. It was Wargame Recon. Very nice. Oh, actually, yes. Pex, I think we're gonna do that. When I'm eating cat puke, yeah. Are you not entertained? Tears. Alright. So the whole thing about orchards is, of course, a very symmetrical, linear pattern. The human brain goes to that and goes, oh yeah, that's planted by mankind. That's not natural. You know what I think would be kind of cool, and I am gonna actually wait, what level is that on? Oh, okay. Well, hold on a sec. What? Oh, I need to, okay. This is like almost like another sketch layer. I can get rid of it here. Okay. Gonna do it over the other side of the water too. This is a great idea. I love the idea of orchards. Not farms, orchards. It will have that great Mediterranean feel to it. That is the perfect solution here. Alright. Let's get rid of you. Yeah, Wargaming Weekend. Look at the gold you're sitting on there, my friend. So, Wargaming Weekend. You and I are obviously big wargamers. And, yes, I think some of my favourite prop pieces are actually more like orchards and stuff. Then you get the little miniatures through there. They're just like so divine. Wargamer, we love you for it very, very, very much. Even if you never, ever, ever do that again, your generosity will never, ever be forgotten. And you should have been contacted today by Pex too. We gave you a little extra something today. Yeah, so I want to actually kind of just insinuate some little groves and stuff up in the hills here too. I think that would kind of look kind of cool. Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah, you could grow the army all the time, my friend. And I think we'll do like a little workhouse there, like a shed. We'll have a little shed over here as well. Alright, so this is one guy's orchards right here. You know what, I'm just gonna make this rough stone. I think that's fine. Let's get another guy going here. let's see if we can get this quadrant done. If we can get this quadrant done tonight, that will be outstanding. That'll be good progress. I think one of the things, by the way, about getting people to subscribe, you know, talking about that, is it's very easy for people to follow. Like, really, really, really easy. But it's going to be way less than people clicking through on a banner on a website. And that's typically as low as 6%. This is a point where they have to shell out hard currency. But one thing that this channel's got going for it that's a little bit different than most is this is not about just sitting there watching me or hanging out. This is not about necessarily any hints and tips I may give out about mapping, or even honestly just like learning something as I'm doing it. The unique thing about this channel is you're actually signing up for a level of my Patreon when you do it. And most Twitch channels don't do that. So there's an actual reward. You are going to get stuff sent to you every month. We are literally going to give you shit. And I think if we can get the word out on that a little bit, we can make it a thing, people realize, then, you know, I think that's a win. Like everyone that you gave a bonus sub to last night, Bex has already been hitting them up, saying, here you go, here's your reward. I'm sure some of them will be sitting there going, wait, what? Phantom Jen, will you consider us doing shout-outs to other artists when they are here to show their info? Yeah. Now, are you talking about like artists if they happen to be hanging out? But like, what are you talking about exactly? Like, because we definitely have everyone share their work when they're in here. We're like a little community that way. But do you want to then get contact information or something off them? Do you want to actually sort of like, you know, be recruiting them potentially? But you need information. You want to see more about their bios, their profiles. What are we talking about? But in theory, not opposed. Oh, shout out, right? Yeah, the shout outs. Actually, Pex, yeah, put that down. It's normally like exclamation SO space, then like their name. Yeah, you can go to Cave Geek and do it like, you know, it'll do, give a shout out for Alyssa, and it kind of does something. I don't know what it exactly does. But yeah, I think shout out's a good command to add. Thank you. Hey, Alex Fixin! Is Alex Fixin here? Really? Alex Fixin's lurking? There she is, pierced down from the rafters. There's my Alex! Don't look up into the rafters. Don't. She might get angry if you look up. Just let her look down, and you'll be safe. It's like locking eyes with a dog. You just don't do it. You don't know how she's going to react, okay? Wargaming, what are you gonna use Stream OBS for? And by the way, if you've got any questions on it, give me a shout. I'm no expert, but I have been using it for a year and a half, and if I can help, I will. taking shape, considering this map was just like halfway done. We're beginning to fill in these white bits. I like it. I like it a lot, Joey. Love it every minute of it. Is this for your podcasting? Come on. Come on. I'm gonna draw in this little bit here, and we're gonna take a nice little zoom out. Come on, baby, come on, give me some love here. Oh, come on, come on. So when you hear me sort of saying, come on, come on, come on, you may not see it, but my brush is lifting off the paper, and it's lifting off the paper because it's detecting my hand. It's my biggest gripe of this Wacom tablet. Now, this Wacom tablet is like 8 years old, and it's very possible that the technology has moved on exponentially, and it doesn't do that anymore. But I'm wearing 2 gloves here, like proper gloves, and it still detects my hand through here enough to lift my pen off the paper and move it. Alright, now I want to be careful I don't overdo the orchards, but I think we're okay right now. If I overdo it, I don't know, I feel like it should be more like a quilt versus this whole like swath of greenery. But I think we're okay right now. I think we're okay. Yeah, well, okay, but you feel me. Brian, how old is your work? I keep saying Wacom. I prefer saying Wacom. I know it's meant to be Wacom. I hate the harshness of Wacom. Like, fuck Wacom. Wacom. Wacom is softer, it's gentler, it's like a hug. It's stroking the back of you. Wacom. Wacom. Not Wacom. Wacom is Wacom. You know? Now, I don't like it. I can't get used to saying Wacom. I feel like I'm like saying German word. Wacom! And nutting you right after it. No, I can't do that. Wacom. Wacom is Elvish. You know what I'm saying? Wacom. It's like I'm beginning to cast a spell. Wacom. Fucking Wacom. Wacom is what an orc would say. Then he hits you with an axe. No. But yeah, how old is your Wacom? How old is your Wacom? Yeah, the Green Lantern just came back at the right time. He's like, am I in the right room? Yeah. What the hell is she talking about? We're talking about the pronunciation of Wacom versus Wacom. And I believe the correct pronunciation is Wacom because that's what everyone says. I watch YouTube. I'm a professional. But to me, it's a horrible sounding word. Okay, so like it's a little bit like my last name. My last name gets pronounced in two different ways. The correct pronunciation is Faden, soft A, Faden, Elvish, Faden. It cherishes you, Faden. But I also get, and it's right for some of the Fadens out there, Fadden. Fadden is common. Fadden is soccer hooligan. Fadden. You know what I'm saying? Fadden is someone that spits on the street. Fadden is someone that drinks a pint, eats a pie, and then has a punch-up. That's a Fadden. Fadden are commoners. Faden are the aristocracy. I'm a Faden. And that's the equivalent of Wacom. This is Wacom. It's literally Wacom. Wake off. That almost sounded really rude. So I'm gonna stop right there. Yeah, well, and there is a McFadden, and yeah, I've seen 2 Ds. I've also seen it with a Y in there. Hey, Fadden, you want to go throw the football? He said, oh, yeah, exactly. Fadden, you want to throw a football? Exactly. While Faden is, do you want to play chess? Way more refined. Yeah, Elysia. I know who you're talking about, Jen. And you know, it's really, really, really odd. But some people honestly struggle with Alyssa. It's like their brains want to do something else with it. And that's seriously not something I've encountered much in my life. But maybe Alyssa is more common in certain circles, you know? But yeah, like Elysia is a variation that I get. And I'm like, what? Your brain defaulted to Elysia? Okay, hold on. Alex Vixen is commenting. I always love her comments. Alex Vixen, Elf. It's a Wacom tablet. Orc. It's Wacom. Elf, no. Wacom. Orc. Lifts tape tablet. No. Wacom. It's Elf with tablet. Wacom. That's a cartoon. Wait to happen. Wacom. I mean, come on. Come on. Who creates a company and calls itself Wacom? I mean, fuck off. Wacom? It must have been an orc at the bloody director's table. It's called Wacom. That's literally not the tablets that we use here. Wacom! GL, that wall goes across a ravine. So is that really tall wall or the house that floods every time it rains? Are you talking here? Oh, right here in the pit. Yeah, I bet it floods every time it rains. Yeah, they probably wouldn't have buildings down there, would they? I'm going to assume that they've got like a little drainage thing right here, a grill, just like out of Lord of the Rings. And we've got some whack-on orcs running in with a bomb right now. Right about there. In fact, you know what would be a good touch is actually, when we get to colouring, actually doing like a little stream coming out of there. Well, I guess it would come out of here, right? That'd be kind of fun. I'm going to leave it. Sewer runoff. I'm definitely going to do a sewer runoff. I think that would be a nice touch as having a sewer runoff there. You know who wants stagnant poops around? Whackums. Whackums want stagnant poop. So, quick time check. I've only been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Look at this. We've got another 20 minutes to go. I don't think we're going to get this bit done. But I would like to get this bit done. Okay, so that's where I'm going to concentrate the next 20 minutes. My goal is to be done with the black and white work by the end of next Thursday, okay? This is what we're shooting for. So one thing, by the way, that I'm not doing with these farms that you've seen me do on other maps recently is I'm not doing hedgerows separating them. This is the Mediterranean. This is way more separated just because that's where the goat took a shit, you know? Or, like, it's rocky now over there, so that's where I'm going to stop my farm. There might be some impromptu fences and everything, but way more loosey-goosey, you know? This is my family, my father, my father's father, my father's father. I had the farm here, and that's it. It's just understood. This is my boundary. Redeem beans? Really? You're gonna do another redeem bean? Really, Pax? Really? Really? Alright, Pax. What do you want me to do? You know what? I haven't done the 50-50 tonight, have I? Should I do a 50-50? I've got to do a 50-50, haven't I? I've done 2 spices. Yeah, war game. We have cooldowns because otherwise people will just spam it and it becomes really disruptive, right? So we have a little bit of a cooldown on here. Here it is, 50-50s, and we are definitely going to be getting a little glass jar. It's not people like you, it's having multiple very enthusiastic people, and it's just, it gets crazy, right? Here it is. I don't know what am I going to eat. Am I going to be eating peach or bath? Ooh. Ooh. It's neither. Ooh, that's like spearmints or something. Oh, that's not bad. Kind of refreshing. Thank you, Banks. I like it. Huh? That's a good one. I think that's literally the third good one I've had out of the all of those that we've done so far. 3. Alex Vixen. Oh God, Alex, I love your stories. My father's 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 farm was here. Here being this boat. So this is all my property, only due to the flood moving the entire village to this hilltop. So top, I've built my vegetable patch here. Said in a very angry Greek voice by, like, you know, this guy that's got this white flannel shit going on and his little blackberry, little black moustache, looking very indignant. And apparently looking very Sicilian or something. But you can't argue with him because he's planting his carrots right now. Now there is going to be probably a cut-off. We're going to have to do a border on this. So just a heads up. There's going to be a border all down here. In fact, I'll show you real quick. Oh, it's not on that one, so I can't show you on that. But there is going to be a border that we add that's probably going to eat up that much of the map. So there are going to be certain details that I add to the edges that are going to get lost. That's just the way of it. You have to be prepared for that. Hey, Phantom Jen, well done. 100 gold for you. Yeah, I think I don't know if toothpaste is meant to be good or bad, but I'm taking it as good. Oh, you know what? They're counting toothpaste as bad. Because the good version is blueberry. So they're literally saying toothpaste is bad. And I think I've had toothpaste twice now, which means I've only had one good one. I don't know what this track is in the background, but I'm gonna move it on because it's kind of annoying me. Whew, that was sending me insane. I was literally having to do a sanity roll. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, right? The toothpaste, they're fine. Alright, so what I want to do here, we're outside the walls, we're away from the harbour. I am going to start to peter these buildings out. You know, we've got a little shacking? Fishing shacks. Shacking. We got our shacking community right here. I guess it's like shocking. So, road is going there. Let's just start to thin them out. What's going on with that little circle right there? Bugger off, you bugger. Get out of here. So, I don't think I actually showed you this, but actually, let me show you a quick treat. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna, can I, actually, let me do it from over here. On the, so this is Lukatoi, so on the Rikadon map. Okay, so... So this map, this is going to be the color scheme, by the way, that we're going to be doing on the map that we've just literally been on. You'll notice that we have actually been doing some little orchards, some little bordered farms. So this is going to be the type of thing that we're going to do right here. And there's the frame. We're going to pick up that frame. We're going to bring it across. This is exactly the look and feel that we're going for, including with the water and maybe even the sharks. This compass rose, the compass rose that I'm doing on my maps now, is basically this shape with a different design in the center all of the time. And if you actually look back on my maps, they're all doing this now. So we've got the Medusa head here and coloring. The one that we're going to put is that one. I've still got a little bit of work to do on it, but we're going to do this one on Lukatoi. Somewhere, probably in here or something like that. We'll figure out a good spot for her. But yeah, so we're going to be doing her. I actually did her before I did the Medusa head, but there was something about the Medusa head. They wanted to do a Medusa head or something instead. So we went with Medusa. That was kind of the finished piece. I stopped working on this one. Oh, come on. Photoshop is delaying a little bit. So we'll finish up the design on that. That's what's going to get onto the Lukatoi map. This will be the border that we're putting on the Lukatoi map. And this will be the colouring scheme that we're going to do on the Lukatoi map. By the way, we've got like this hippodrome here. I really love this hippodrome, by the way. I think it came out so good. We've got this hippodrome in this sort of arena here. Those are actually going to be outside the city for this. We'll put maybe some kind of theatre up here, but these buildings are going to not only be temples and stuff, but here's our hippodrome right here. So they're just out of town in this particular instance. So I think this is going to be an interesting one. Gaxmore had the same compass rose, but it had a dragon as a centerpiece. Light Harbor had the same compass rose, but it had the lighthouse as the centerpiece. And I feel like there's been at least one other one that we've done together. But yeah, we're going to build up a library of compass roses, and then we'll share them with all the Twitch subscribers and Patreons, our family, right? We're going to share them with the Legion. And so you'll all get like copies of these. But I want to get like a little library of them going first. And I want to make each compass rose thematic to the map that it's on in the same way, you know? Hence Gary Con having the dragon and shit like that. A hippopotamus-drome. A hippopotamus-drome. What? Oh, it's a hippodrome. Hippopotamus-drome. Alright. I'm zoomed in a little bit here. Let's just zoom out so we can see things a little better. thinking something like that. Let's hit save. I'm thinking something like that. I'm probably gonna do a little bit of this background work off camera too. The next time that we stream, we're not quite an hour and a half, so not quite done, but the next time we stream, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over to this side over here, and we're gonna finish this military wharf. And really, it's just a bunch of buildings. I want to do like buildings and some docks and shit here. Maybe up onto the hill. And surrounding this galley storage facility. And then kind of then filtering out a little bit. So pretty dense in buildings in the southwest corner there. Yeah. Oh, actually, while we're here, I'm gonna bring up a picture. This picture is actually Lukatoi, but it's the artistic view. Here we go. I think some of you have seen this now. This is gonna be from the book. It is an absolutely glorious piece of artwork. Like, I really love this artwork so much. It calls out to me. So we actually ended up copying these walls and these buildings and these dock shapes, all of this, and we'll probably add these boats too before we're done, but we copied all of this and these statues on our map and this hill and the Acropolis on the top here, and we put some like hills in the background. But we copied all of these main features into our map. So here's statue, here's statue, here's statue. But there she is, the big woman with the shield and the spear. There she is. That's now my statue's actually the wrong fucking way around. What the hell? What the hell? How did I manage? I flipped this. I flipped this to match this. And it's wrong. So I guess, boys and girls, we are going to flip the statue of Athena so her shield is on the correct side. How is that so wrong? I think that client told me to switch it. I think this might be an older piece of the artwork and they had this redone. But I'm going to have to check that out. I am definitely going to have to check that out. Because he had me switches. We've flipped this once before. I drew it and we flipped it. So that is curious. That really makes me curious. But yeah, see this dude? That's him over there. So the point being is you see up on the hill. There's our little Acropolis right there. And there's our little details. You see that? Little spike, little spike, little spike, little spike, little spike, little spike. In this channel, we pay attention to mother effing details. That's what we do. It is all about the details. If you're not paying attention to details, TTFO. But what I don't have is this wall. They've got this wall around the whole top. So I think I need to draw a wall. I don't know if I'm going to do the walls. No, I am going to. No, I'm not. I'm not. Am I? Or am I? At some point, we need to draw this wall. I won't forget to do it. But I'm not in the mood for doing it tonight. We'll come back to that. Sir Kobolds, welcome. And yeah, Wargaming Weekend was extremely generous yesterday. He gave a lot of subs out to folks. Sir Kobolds, I suspect you've probably seen it already, but everyone, this is not just a Twitch subscription that you're getting. It gets you in on our Patreon account too. You get Patreon awards and you will be emailed your rewards for November. So you actually get copies of map and all sorts of other goodies. I like that. I like about the way that we've got this set up. It's like it's just more than Twitch, you know. Right, let's get rid of you. Clean things up a little bit. Let's get rid of you. Right, how do I want to see out the last 10 minutes here? How do I want to do this? You know what? I'm just going to draw buildings in this little quadrant here. I love just drawing little dots like this, because it almost insinuates crates and things. Waiting to be loaded, or they've just been offloaded. This, by the way, this is one of my favourite areas, and it's so freaking small. We've literally got a shipbuilding yard right there, including skeletons of ships and all sorts. I love that area. And Wargame, you're right. No one does. No one does. This is what we bring to the table, my friend. This is what we bring to the table. It's like, if you're not doing detail that just drops the lower jaw, then it's not an Alyssa Faden map. You know what I'm saying? I don't just draw maps. That's not what I'm about. I don't want to draw just maps. I want to draw pieces that just boggle the freaking brain. I want to draw pieces that you have to do a sanity roll to look at it. You know? That's what I want. I want you to be able to look at one of my maps and every single time see something new. That's what I do. I want you to go, oh, wait a minute, I've not seen this place before now. Are these shacks leaning up against each other? What's going on here? Oh, wait. I've not seen this skeleton of a ship. The big oh, there's a little car right next to it, right there. That's what I want. Years to come. I always remember Zach. I did some maps for Zach Glazar back in the day. They're amongst my favourite. And I remember him contacting me years and years and years later, going, "Did you intend for this mountain to look like a dolphin?" And that's what I want. It's like he noticed it years after the fact. The answer was yes, by the way. Sir Cobalt, I lurk a lot, but whenever I get time to actually sit down and watch, makes me want to make my own maps. The fact, okay, so seriously, that's awesome. I'm gonna just pause right there. That's awesome. I love maps. Like, I love the stories that you can find within a map. very passionate about it. If you don't see stories within a map, then it's a functional thing and nothing more. You don't get an emotional response from it. I like to draw maps that get that emotional response, and if that can then get you to go, I want to draw a map. Wargaming Recon, by the way, has been experimenting with drawing maps because of this channel. That's awesome. That is seriously awesome because maps are great. So anytime that you want to share something you've done, or you just want hints and tips, or how would I do this, or how would I draw that, hit me up. That's what I'm here for. I just want to bring my passion to you, okay? It does take time to do individual buildings, which is why you see a lot of mappers doing this. Not fucking about with Photoshop. They do this. And you've all seen it. You've all seen this. And it's like, yeah. I mean, you do enough of those shapes on the paper, it's going to imply, like buildings, I get it. But that's not soul. You're not seeing people living in these buildings. You're not seeing where they go to work. You're not seeing the paths that they actually make each morning as they are traipsing on up to the little fishing area. You know, it's just shapes. It's function. And I have seen piezo maps like that, by the way. And guys get paid big bucks and they're just blocks on paper. There's no story there, and I like stories. And yes, my style takes time. It does. But that's the only type of mapping that I'm interested in, is drawing apparently the statue doing this. I forgot I actually drew that statue. But that's what I want to do. Even with my own maps, I want to look at it and go, what the hell's that? And every map should do that. Every map. Even Teagle Manor did that. That, like, all the little details. Is that a knife on the bed? I want you to go, what? That's the way it should be. Alex Mixon zooms in on the dot. Dot turns into a tourist holding a map of the city. Zooms on the map, spots the same dot. Do sand roll 2d12. It's not quite that bad, but you get the idea. Yeah, that's... Yeah, not quite that bad. I mean, I don't want to... There's a lot of great cartographers out there, by the way. And I give them shout-outs on Twitter all of the time. But there are, conversely, some cartographers where... It's just about shapes, you know? It's just shapes. There's no thought gone into it. And I think you start to see that. The brain sees it. Okay? Let me give you an example. Let me just get back to brush here. Let's pretend that I'm reasonably competent here. And I've got a brush and I've got black. Coastline. Let's just do a temporary layer. Coastline. There's different types of coastlines. Right? That's a coastline. Sure, that's a coastline. But is it really? I mean, okay, if my scale is like this is a hawk, yeah, it's nice and smooth and stuff. But this, in like the scale city I'm drawing, starts to like go, I'm not sure that this feels right. And you see this a lot. You see that a lot. And it's like, we could have a little bit of personality to the coastline and have the same sort of shape. Even just a coastline can have it could be better, you know, it could just have personality. Everything's got to have personality to it. And it's like there's so many people out there. They just or you see this, Look, I mean, and I hate for this to sort of be bad mouthing. I'm not intended to bad mouth, but I'm not also naming people. You see this a lot. For starters, what is the fucking pattern of these buildings? Where are my streets? Like, what are we doing here? I don't care if you draw a big block. If you surround it by this, then all you're doing is filling space. This is not real. This is not plausible. GTFO, right? And I think you need to spend that little extra time thinking about... there was my Carthage Harbour. That's where we got this from, right here. I'm actually going to leave this here, by the way, just to get some of the details on it. But yeah, you what was that? Oh, there was another one. That was all the other view of Carthage Harbour. So I'm going to leave them on the map. What was that? What was that? Oh, that was me drawing a circle for Carthage. Okay, I think we can get rid of that one now. But you get the idea, right? It's like, you don't have to be this detailed, by the way, because it is very time consuming. You don't have to draw tiles on the roof. You don't have to do that. But look how many people draw a city map and don't even add a statue or a well or a water source or just intersections that are interesting to look at or some little parks and shit in there. And that is honestly what I rail against. It's like, I want to look at a city map and I want to get giddy with excitement. I want to walk those streets. I want to see myself walking down the harbour and seeing cranes and seeing warehouses. And if you can't see it, if you can't picture yourself in there, then your map sucks. That's just kind of where I come from, which is why I do this. That's just where I come from. So Cobalt, do you ever take inspiration from different areas of the world? 100%. Or at times periods when creating? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So yeah, let me give you some real examples, okay? The shape of this city and the placement of the hills is ancient Athens. I went off and I found a map of ancient Athens, and these walls match ancient Athens, and the hills that you see match ancient Athens. I actually wouldn't normally do walls like this straddling hills. Apparently ancient Athens did. So I'm like, you know what? If ancient Athens did it, I'm going to do it. I got inspiration from that. There's also another one I could show you. By the way, I know someone redeemed something, but I'll get to that in a second. I want to show you another thing that I did. But let me find it first. It's a personal project, so I can go here. Alright, so I'm actually going to show you several. This one I actually did on Facebook recently. This cove shape here, I actually got from the Oregon coastline while sitting in a building right about here having a massage. And I looked out across this cove and it had such an interesting shape. I remember drawing it just real bad and coming home and then trying and replicating it like this. So this shape I got from the real life. I've just found it inspirational, you know? I'm like, I want to draw that. I want to put a city or town wrapped around that cove. And this one, I actually, I went to the fjords of like the Netherlands, and I actually zoomed in on part of the coast, and actually drew it. This little land bridge and everything. I copied it. I copied the coastline here. And I actually tried to copy the colour of the waters too, because it was kind of unreal. I got a lot of inspiration from that. Yeah, all of the time. All of the time. Also, look up Dubrovnik. It's where they actually filmed some chapters of Lord of the Rings. I drew Dubrovnik, a fantasy version. And I used Google and I hand drew it ink on paper. You know, and so Dubrovnik has such a wonderful shape to it. I don't know if I actually have that handy here. Oh, and in fact, Luxembourg Castle. So yeah, you can see that I get a lot of inspiration from real life, 100%. Alex Fiction, I remember a village I drew up for Pathfinder Ravenloft game, which had 5 watchtowers. Sounds good. A ring of waystones and a few stone hedges. Holy shit. Dotted all around. The players wondered why I had drawn the watchtowers so far from the village and why the ring was there. They didn't notice that the entire village was a pentagram. Nice. That's great. That's awesome. Brian, I put a lot of what I've learned from watching a stream into my city map in the inner palace of shadow and joy. That's awesome, Brian. Thank you, my friend. You're a great cartographer. Brian McWood, by the way, if you haven't heard of him, guys and girls, he is actually a really good cartographer. He does a lot of work for Call of Cthulhu. And tends to do work for, like, book authors and stuff. He's a very talented individual. Does very clean, crisp work, unlike my funny lines. But anyway, I think that's a great point to end it. I think someone redeemed something, so let's just take a quick look at that. See if we're going to pick it up on the next one. Oh, stream for an extra 5 minutes. Magnificent pecs. Well, you know what? We're at 145 pecs, so we've actually got an extra 15 minutes. No, Brian, you're really good. Yeah, and actually, Brian, before we end the stream, drop a link to your portfolio so people can actually get to your work. Please do that for me, because I know you have one out there. Now, while Brian's doing that, let's talk about what's coming next. So I'm actually going to be doing some videos tomorrow night just for Patreon and Twitch, just sort of introducing the channels and saying thank you. Probably not going to get away with not working on Saturday in some degree, but the next stream I'm going to do is going to be on Monday night. Monday night, we're going to be back to the Troll Lord Games Castle Keeper's Guide, okay? So Tuesday, Wednesday next week, Troll Lord Games Castle Keeper's Guide. Wednesday, Thursday next week, we're back to this one. I might steal some time between now and then to actually just work on some of the details in the outside here, but I'll leave all the super sexy stuff for when you guys and girls are around. There's Brian's link. Click on Brian's link, okay, so you at least have it before we end the stream. Go look at his work. He does really good stuff. In fact, just real quick, he's got a real clean style. You know, I mean, this is something that you look at this. This is something that you would pull out of an encyclopedia. You know, it's professional quality stuff right here. Well, of course it is. The guy's a professional. But you know what I mean? It's like, it's nice. It's clean. It's precise. And this, actually, for me, is not an easy style to do. Because it is very, you know, on point. Look at this. By the way, we will talk about Portalon maps at some point. Portalon maps. We will talk about this at some point, this style here. At some future point in the stream. This is nice too. I love it. Brian's work is exemplary. Hit him up with a follow. He's a great human being. Alright. We're going to call it here for the night, everyone. This has been a great stream. I've really, really, really enjoyed it. Not bad for a Thursday. We got a lot of great work done. Tomorrow night, I think we're going to update this panel here because we got a lot more subs and I love you for it. Everyone have a fantastic weekend and I will be back next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And don't forget too, we will be doing a Twitch subscriber, Patreon backer only chat. Okay? Currently scheduled in for the 14th, Saturday morning, my time, where we will just do a private Zoom meeting. We'll come and we'll just hang out. I might be working on something. I might not. We might just be like bullshitting. We'll get to hang out together. It'll be totally private, okay? So all of you subscribers out there, you get that, okay? It's one of the perks. I love you all. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I love you. Have an awesome weekend. I'm back on Monday. Until then, have a good one.